And thank you for joining us today. So, we are moving a little away from the science of ophthalmology and moving into the science of digital media. So, we have some wonderful speakers here today. Dr. Quresh Muscati has been the brainchild of this IC. He's conducted this successfully over the last 2 years with a lot of attendance. There's a lot that all of us as instructors have also learned. So, this time he's given me the honor to submit this IC. So, thank you for being here, sir. We have Dr. Nikunj who will be talking about YouTube. He runs a group practice at Indore, SRJ Netrale, and they're doing extremely well in a very short period of time. And he's been very active on YouTube, very active on social media. So we'll have Dr. Rituja also joining us, who's very active with Instagram. So we'll have different topics. We'll discuss Facebook. We'll discuss WhatsApp. I'll be talking about search engine optimization and a little bit about Google Ads as well. And it'll be great to hear from all of you what you do, because different strategies work for different people. And of course, the main core of this has been how to do things ethically. So that's something that we will be discussing as well. So it's my honor to introduce Dr. Quresh Muscati, sir, who's a moderator of various WhatsApp groups, and with his wonderful sense of humor keeps things in check and moderates how we behave, and so make sure we don't go overboard with things on WhatsApp. So sir will be talking on WhatsApp do's and don'ts.
Slides. Muscati. Load नहीं हुआ
Tom? अच्छा ठीक है, that's okay.
ये लगा ना? Morning. So I'm talking on WhatsApp use and abuse, and most of us are prisoners of WhatsApp. We wake up in the morning and the first thing we'll reach out for is the cell phone, and there are millions of good morning messages, each mushier than the other, with more flowers and whatnot. That is a side aspect of WhatsApp, and it's up to you whether you want to send WhatsApp messages, again recycle those messages to other friends. But here we are here to talk about, can I use WhatsApp to enhance practice? There is a definite role for WhatsApp ethically to enhance practice. A colleague of mine has a list of patients' birthdays and wedding anniversaries in her phone, and she uses that early morning time usefully. She wakes up much earlier than I do, so she uses that early morning time quite usefully to send birthday greetings and wedding anniversaries greetings to them. She's also classified her patients into broad groups of Hindus, Muslims, Christians, and on appropriate religious festivals, she sends them festive greetings as well. That is one way of doing things. What about patient queries? Patients, once they have your cell number, some people give it willingly. I don't give my cell number, but they get it nevertheless. So then they will send you a picture of their subconjunctival hemorrhage and say, what do I do for this? Or their conjunctivitis, and what drops should I put in the eye? And there is do's and don'ts over here. The thing is that anything serious you can't really advise, because if they follow your advice and land up with more trouble because of the poor quality of their photo, or because they don't have photo slit lamps in their homes, you could land up in an issue. So best is to tell them that please come to the clinic. If it's an obvious thing, it's an old patient of yours and you want to help them, you tell them there's nothing to be alarmed about. If it becomes worse, come and see me at the clinic. If you must give treatment for, say, conjunctivitis or something, then I normally prescribe an innocuous drop, not a fourth generation fluoroquinolone, and tell them to put it 3 times a day, which is a little bit of a homeopathic dose, and tell them if you're not better, do drop into the clinic in a day or 2. So they are not worse with your treatment. There's immediate issue is solved, and if they want to, then they can come to the clinic. How do we learn using WhatsApp? I think some of the professional groups, if they are professionally managed, are great learning experiences. People post their difficult cases, they post their their pentacams, their OCTs, and ask what would you do, or they tell you what they have done, and it's a great learning experience for everybody. So it's important to join such groups. They exist in the city, the state, the country, or by speciality. And nowadays, previously the WhatsApp was a very close group of 256. Now no longer, almost every WhatsApp group has got space for new members to come in. So you can join. Telegram has really not taken off the way WhatsApp has taken off. So I would restrict myself to WhatsApp. So you can also contribute interesting cases. You contribute 5 cases of uveitis, and people remember this, that you're basically a uveitis guy. When they have a uveitis patient, they might send it across to you. So you could enhance your practice as well. In the COVID times, we did use WhatsApp videos for teleconsultations. When there was lockdown and we are sitting at home, then a small percentage, I would say about 25% of the patients who called actually were willing to pay for their consultation. Now that COVID is over, that number have dropped because people expect things for free. If you are in WhatsApp groups, you need to follow certain etiquette, avoid foul language, try and stick to English in professional groups, because even if you are in a city group, remember that your city is quite heterogeneous and there are people who don't follow the local language. And there may be some people from internationally who are also part of the group. It's impossible for you to know all the 300, 400 people in the group. Avoid forwards under any circumstances in any professional group. No good morning, no goodbye, no whatever, unless it's extremely relevant and authentic. I mean, somebody has been hammered up in a hospital next to you. It's nice to inform the group members about something like this. And completely avoid comments on politics, politicians, religion and religious leaders, or even on national events in professional groups, because that tends to divide and that tends to turn people off. And at any given point you put a political comment, you'll find 20 people leaving the group. So avoid this. To keep the groups professional is not only the group leader's responsibility, but I think it's everyone's responsibility. Of course, avoid those clever, mushy forwards which I suspect have been created by the Vodafone type of companies itself. If you wish to greet someone on his special day or even every day, do it on his individual cell phone. So it's nice if somebody wins a gold medal at the AIOS and somebody else puts it up saying, "Congratulations, Dr. Maskati, on winning a gold medal." And then everyone else just uses that as information and sends congratulations to Dr. Maskati on his personal phone. He also feels good, and it doesn't clutter up the WhatsApp, because just deleting takes a lot of time. Also, when people put a surgery or a case report, 20 people will put a thumbs up to it because he writes 6-9 at the end of the thing. So it's quite, again, irritating for us to go through all the thumbs up which have no relevance. If you want to give him a thumbs up, use the reply privately option, and then a copy of his message and your thumbs up will go to him, so that he will know for what you have congratulated him. And always scroll up to confirm that you're not repeating a news item before hitting send. Because if you congratulated somebody and then you find that he's already been mentioned, or you wished happy birthday because you think you're the first and it's already been mentioned by people, just before you send something, just scroll up that particular group to see that nobody has done that before. And now we have the delete for everyone option, which I think is a great option. It remains there for quite some time. I think it's for almost 24 hours now. So if you have sent something in error, you do have a few hours in which to right click and say delete for everyone. There's delete for me, delete for everyone. So do click the delete for everyone button. Beware the university of WhatsApp. Avoid sending news to a professional group without verifying its authenticity. So we have excellent tools. We have Google, you have Snopes, you have a lot of things where you can verify that the news is authentic. Some eye surgeons have actually been killed prematurely on WhatsApp as well, and they are still alive today, and some of them are even attending the AIOC. So avoid killing people, avoid, in the urge to be the first, just verify that what you're saying is correct. But if you find unverified rubbish which floats around, I have a Rotary WhatsApp group. In fact, I have several such non-medical. I have friends, my school friends and whatnot. And somebody the other will post something which is absolute rubbish, or some how they removed the eye from the mother and gave it to the child, and the child could see and the mother is blind type of mushy, nonsensical stuff, or some gadget which is promoted and every blind person can see. And in Australia they found this, you put the contact lens on and all blind people see. So all sorts of rubbish floats around. So I think it's our duty to correct that and say, and put in the group that as an eye surgeon, please don't believe this university of WhatsApp, and it's not true. So gently rebut these things with facts. Again, there are things which malign our profession as well, which we need to rebut on those groups, because if we don't do it, it just spreads like wildfire. And don't run down any other pathy, even homeopathy or Ayurveda or whatever. Don't run it down, just don't comment on something like that unless it's harmful to the people who follow it over there. Then you can say that as an allopath, we don't believe in this sort of thing. But the moment you run it down, these homeopaths and Ayurveds get a more handle to and it backfires. So thank you so much. These are some of the few do's and don'ts for WhatsApp. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Excellent as always. And there's a lot that all of us have to learn with group etiquettes as well. So I think I would also like to ask maybe Dr. Nikunj or one of the young people, there is a lot of pressure on younger doctors to share their phone numbers, and patients do want that WhatsApp. Would anybody want to comment if you do that and how you manage that?
Yeah. So you are aware that we started recently, like 2 years back, and our practice was absolutely zero, and then we have come up with. So initially I was also reluctant, like sir said, that because a few of my patients, I gave the number and they were calling me anytime, any point of time, on Sunday, on night time. And I operated his wife for cataract surgery, one eye, and the other eye has to be planned. But in between he was like going crazy with, with small things that she's having this, she's having that. I mean, I cannot be 24/7 available just for one patient, and if I do that, I will not be able to have my own life, right? So then I stopped giving the numbers. But as you said, that being a young person, so few of my patients felt that I'm not as available as they would want me to be available to them, and so I got another phone. I have a separate phone now. I carry it always with me. That is exclusively for patients. I have my visiting cards with that only number, and my personal number is never shared. I don't share it with my staff also, that they can also not share it with my patients. So I only share my particular number which is for the patients, and which is off after I am off from the clinic. That is the only way I found that it is working also. So patients I've told them that you put me on query on your WhatsApp, on my WhatsApp, because I may not be able to pick up your phone. You see that I'm busy, I might be in surgery, I will not be able to pick up your phone. You put your queries on WhatsApp, and when I get time, I'll get back to you, and that is working so far. That is the way.
But do you answer queries from your personal time or during clinic hours?
Only clinic hours, sir. So if somebody has sent me a message today, and if I'm not able to reach them back today, then I'll definitely reach them tomorrow, but only in clinic hours, not at home.
So the other thing to do is to tell them that, would you like to GPay or would you like to, I do that. So if I, as I said, I divide them into my old patients whom I know and whom we want to retain, and somebody new whom I've never heard of, who just messages from Ahmedabad to say, do you have treatment for retinitis pigmentosa? So it's like that. So then I ask them that, would you like to GPay for the consultation, and then you get a 10-minute video consultation with me, or would you like me to share my bank details so that you can transfer? This is the amount that you need to transfer. And usually there's no return message. So, yeah.
I'll just share one of the strategies that I've taken up now, because again, the same thing happened with me as well. Patients would call you for very trivial matters, and it really spoils your mood when you're out for a dinner, watching a movie, it's an unknown number, you pick up. So what I have done now is I have one phone, but I have a separate number on a WhatsApp business account. So with the WhatsApp business account, as soon as I get a message, it says, thanks for getting in touch, please let me know how I can help you, and I'll get back to you by the end of the day. For appointments, please call this number or visit this website, and no phone goes through on that. The phone is forwarded directly to the center. Okay. So patients cannot contact me, and I keep a fixed time at the end of the day where I reply to these WhatsApps, because especially post-operative patients tend to get irritated if you don't get back to them.
And they tell you, doctor, give us your number. We promise not to call you unless it's a dire emergency. And the dire emergency is 2 drops of water fell out from the eye. Yeah. Okay.
Great. So, Dr. Nikunj, would you like to go next? So, Dr. Nikunj will be talking about YouTube, and he's been extremely active. He shares a lot of surgical videos for training for residents as well. He shares YouTube videos for patient.
You signed?
Yes.
Okay.
Gaurav is not coming.
Gaurav is not coming.
He's not been able to come.
So,
Okay.
Rituja will be joining in a bit.
meanwhile, my presentation is just getting started. I'd like to thank Dr. Tushar for having me here.
I think they want
He's
you to
been a
sign
very good
twice.
friend, and we know each other since
okay,
our
okay.
training days from Narayan Netralaya. So I'll be talking about YouTube, what works and what doesn't. I'm currently practicing in Sarjan Netralaya in Indore. So what is YouTube basically? So YouTube is a platform where you can share videos. It's basically just for videos, and it is actually free to use and free to, if somebody wants to access some videos, that is also free for them. And currently there are like millions and probably billions of users who are active on YouTube. And it was launched in 2005, and then it was a very close group. There are few, I forgot the name, whoever invented it, and now it is taken over by Google, and that is being taken care of by Google right now. So YouTube is a very good platform. Why? Because it is free. If somebody wants to see some video about eye surgery, and if they have to pay to see that surgery, they will not be able to, they will not pay for it, just because if it is freely available on YouTube, obviously it can be shared freely, and they will also get the knowledge about what to do, what not to do. It can be anything. So it is important to share stuff on YouTube. So you can see that in India now, it has become a trend. People are becoming YouTuber as professionals, and we as a doctors, we cannot do that level kind of a YouTube thing, because our profession is different. We just want our patients to come through YouTube if somebody goes through a search and stuff like that. So if you can see that if somebody types eye care, there are a lot of videos. And actually what I found also, that the videos which are suggested by YouTube are not, very less by actually eye doctors. It's somebody who has got millions of followers, some guy who is talking about some eye care and some random drops, it is being shown. So it is also our responsibility that we share the right content on YouTube, and so that it can be helpful to patients as well. So how YouTube attracts the patients? So as I mentioned, that many of the patients try to search about cataract surgery, what are the types of cataract surgery, what are the different lenses after cataract surgery. The younger people who want to go for LASIK, ICL, or whatever refractive surgery, they always search on YouTube and come to us. In our practice, they always come and they say that I have seen a YouTube video about contour LASIK, right? This is very common to us nowadays. So what is contour LASIK? They start with that. They don't ask about LASIK, they ask about contour LASIK just because they have seen it on YouTube. So you can also share about your hospital facilities. An important thing is, if you have a few good patient testimonials who have taken treatment or done surgery at your place, and if they want to say something about your hospital or their experience, it is very important to share it on YouTube. And they will, because see, when patient sees some other patient getting benefit from you, they will be a little bit more convinced that, yeah, if somebody else has got it, then obviously. Some patients think that doctors will always talk good about themselves, they will give, obviously showing good about their hospital. If some patient is saying that for you, then it makes a lot of difference. So just for basic, that how to upload a video. So you need to go to a page where there is an option of sharing the videos. It comes with that your YouTube channel. So you can upload a video, you can upload a new playlist, or you can upload even a podcast nowadays. So then after that, you have to go to select and select a file. Obviously you need to have a content ready in your laptop or in your mobile. You can do it from your mobile also, but I'm sharing here from the how to do it from your laptop. And then once you select the file from your laptop, it just goes there. Important thing is that you have to put a good title over here, and then put a description below. The description itself is your advertisement, because the title also has to be a catchy one, and because your title also explain to the patient that what this video is about, and the description will also have information related to your hospital, your details about your hospital website and numbers and stuff like that. There are a few other things which I have learned, using a YouTube, that there is a box below there. We have to put a tag. These tags are very important, because whatever you type, this becomes a keyword that your video is related to this. So you can type cornea, you can type retina, you can type eye care, you can type cataract surgery, whatever you type. So if somebody tries to search with those keywords, your video can be popped up as a result of the search what people have made about it, right? I think the resolution is not that great, if that's what I feel. Anyways, so these are the content what we are actually doing. We are yet to go for the YouTube live question and answer, because that requires a lot of marketing, and you also have to be present at the time of that. But we are doing patient education videos, patient testimonials. We have made a video about hospital services taken care of by taking help of professionals. They have taken some drone view of hospital and stuff like that. And if you have a new machine or therapy, we also share that when we have some new machine. So this is just a short video of we have made this short videos which is very good, that if you make once, it can be shared on Instagram, it can be shared on YouTube Reels, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels and stuff like that. So this is the video where I'm talking about what is cataract, just in a basic terms, and you have to make the language also patient friendly. It can be mix of Hindi, English or any local language wherever you are practicing. And talk about symptoms of cataract and just like that. It is just an example of what kind of video you can put. Important thing is that keep a background just like that you are also in an eye hospital, so you can see there's some small slit lamp half picture, and there is a screen showing eye picture as well. So these are just few things. It is basically suggested by our professional eye camera people and stuff like that, right? So another important thing is this thumbnail image. So thumbnail image is the short image which is visible when you do some search. So this image will represent that what your video is about. So this image you can actually make a different image which is not even part of the video and put it as a thumbnail image just to attract the patient. It can be a title, it can be your own photo, it can be your hospital's picture. Not necessarily that it has to be part of the content of the video, and that is also important because so many patients judge about the video just by looking at this thumbnail image. And one common mistake people do it is that if you have YouTube and if you don't share your YouTube content on other social media platforms, then it will not get circulated amongst people. So it is important to share your videos on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, or I also share on LinkedIn just for professional videos, surgical teaching videos and stuff like that. So it is very important to promote your content, not just putting out your YouTube is not always enough. So few of my friends also ask me that I don't have a YouTube channel, is it necessary, should I have it? I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I don't have YouTube. I would say yes and no. If you see, it is important to have your virtual presence in each and every platform if you have the liberty to it. And making a YouTube video it takes time, but if you are already having Instagram, Facebook and stuff like that, then obviously you can put those content, similar kind of videos on YouTube as well. So it just takes a little bit of extra effort. And obviously it is always better to have, because there is a chance that some patients only use YouTube, but then they might get information about you from YouTube as well, right? So now I'm talking about this is a very important thing which nobody has been able to crack it actually. So YouTube algorithm is a thing. So there is a YouTube AI which is created by Google people. So how the video works. So first of all, they look at the performance of the video. So whenever there's a new video, it has 0 views, right? So first you need to promote it on different medias and get some views. Once that the video gets some views, and if it is performing good and people are sharing it again, so it becomes like a chain reaction. You share it with somebody, then that person will share with another 10 people and stuff like that. And if that video is performing good and whatever keywords are there, then if somebody searches for those keywords, or suppose your name, or suppose your hospital's name, that video will be particularly suggested by YouTube as a suggested video on the right side of the screen, right? So important thing is and personalization, that whatever patient wants to know, your content is having the similar information what patient wants to know about. These are the factors which are related to your video content. There are certain user related factors also, like so what user is actually searching for, that is also important, and what type of topic user is used to seeing. So some patients are really into contour LASIK, then they will be looking for typing contour LASIK, contour LASIK, something like that. So if your video also has that kind of content or keyword, then only it will be popped up to them. That is important, right? And there are like videos in the series, like there is one part of video and then there is a second part of video. So people generally watch it in one other, then followed by the second. Then YouTube itself will suggest to them that this is the next video people are watching in continuation. So So important thing is that if you need to have your YouTube channel at least enough that if somebody types your name and the video with your name and your face should pop up, then only, I mean, it will make sense. Because I know a few people who, even if they type their own name on YouTube, their content being shown is somebody else's. So that should not be the case, and you need to be actively, putting stuff on YouTube to make sure that this happens. So another thing is your keyword search that I mentioned, that you need to keep your description, as we have kept this description that which contains our website and photograph for, detail about the appointment number and what the video is about LASIK and stuff like that. So what doesn't work is that if you have a poor title and content, obviously that will not, nobody will want to watch it. Yeah, it is important from YouTube criteria that if you use a copyright content sharing like music or some product, they will not be able to let you share your video or even block the video. And just putting it on YouTube and not sharing on other social media also doesn't work, right? And one thing is that very long videos or even a very short video will not work, because there has to be some content, at least 1 or 2 minutes, or at least 3-4 minute content just for patients to have some information and get attracted to what you are saying, right? So are you a YouTuber and ophthalmologist? But in current era, you have to be both. You have to, balance everything. And it takes a lot of time, it takes efforts, but in this era, we have to do it. Thank you so much.
Excellent talk, Dr. Nikun. So again, what happens a lot of times with us is, we start posting on YouTube and we put in all the effort in making that one video, and we're wondering why is nobody watching it. So the issue there is the algorithm that he spoke about, that, it's when you're posting consistently that YouTube starts believing in you and starts promoting your channel and starts showing you up on the feeds. So regular contents and the quality of content is extremely important.
Yes.
One thing I'd like to ask Dr. Nikunj is the cost involved. You said you get it professionally shot, right? So what is the cost involved and how much should somebody spend?
We don't do it just for YouTube. We have a complete, Instagram and stuff. They do all the things. So they are charging about, in Indore, they are charging about 13 to 14K per month for at least 5 reels in a month, something like that. So they will do the shoot and they will, make the editing also, and make it according to your hospital logo and stuff like that, those kind of editing and some animations and stuff. So that is what the cost is around.
Can you post on YouTube without having your own YouTube channel? How do you get your own YouTube channel?
So that's what, sir. That's a good point. So actually, you need to have a Google account, basically, right? So those Google account, everybody, I think, if you're an Android user, you need to have a Google account. Similarly, if you're on a Google account, you can create your own YouTube channel. And first, when you create a YouTube channel, you need to put your name of the YouTube channel, put a logo or put a photograph of your hospital or whatever the type of YouTube channel you want to you are making. And I think that should be enough for a YouTube account to be created. Just Google email address is good enough.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Nikunj. So next we have Dr. Rituja Thomas. She's an oculoplasty surgeon, regularly posts content about facial aesthetics, about oculoplasty, because people looking for facial aesthetics are always searching on social media, and they get quite that sets an impression, and patients do look for aesthetic specialists, etc. So that's her area, and Instagram is her favorite platform.
So good morning, everyone. I thank Dr. Tushar and Dr. Quresh for having me in this talk. So basically what we need to emphasize, like how Dr. Nikunj was saying, is that any content that is available pertaining to you as an ophthalmologist or cornea surgeon, oculoplastic surgeon, if there's some information available about you on the internet, that's a huge advantage that goes in favor of you as compared to somebody else, because the patient gets to know that you are doing something which nobody really has that much awareness about, especially small procedures that we do. For example, with respect to YouTube, I'd just like to add before we start that I don't have a YouTube channel yet, I probably will do it because I'm inspired now. But even the AIOS recorded presentations that are there on YouTube. There was a patient with really severe blepharospasm, and he had done a tremendous amount of research on the treatment options, and he saw my YouTube, my video from AIOS on the proceedings on YouTube about orbicularis myomectomy. And that is something extremely rare. So he came to visit me all the way from Jharkhand only because of that AIOS video. So that just shows the power of social media. So I'll be talking about Instagram, which is the ophthalmologist's new playground. Now, amongst all the things that we have, I feel Instagram is the easiest to use. You don't even need, a digital marketing team or anything to manage it. You can manage your own Instagram account, provided you know how to use it. So what's unique about Instagram? It's basically really attractive. It has a good visual appeal. And whenever people are just, scrolling through, they should be able to find you. Because people are sort of looking for fun, and the audience on Instagram is much younger. People like to, sort of see what loved ones are up to, but in this process, they end up exploring content from new creators like us. So how do we make Instagram work for us? You basically make a business profile. So not the profile which you use to post all your vacation and travel posts, but this would be a separate profile that you would make, and here you would just need to sort of switch to a professional account. That's what you need to do. That makes your account public, and you also need to fill out your practice information. So this is basically what you need to do. You sort of put up your logo, you put up what is the main theme of your page. You can put up all the other information like your address, the WhatsApp number that they can reach you at. They can actually directly contact you with the contact button if you put your WhatsApp number inside. And it's also important to have all these highlights. So if somebody is interested in your lacrimal surgeries, then they can just go to the highlights and they can see all the stories that you've posted about lacrimal surgeries in the past. It's also very useful to post your post-operative results. And of course, you need to get a consent before you post any of the images. Especially for us in oculoplastics and aesthetics, more importantly, it's very difficult to get a consent. So if you don't get a consent, don't post. Even if you're posting with consent, you need to cover the face of the patient before you get consent. With respect to posting about children, you have to get the consent of the parents before you post their pictures. Now, it's not only post-operative results which is important. It's important that you create some amount of awareness along with your post-operative results. So here it's not just about showing off that you've got a good symmetric result. It's about showing the frost suture which will be present at the end of the surgery. So many people don't even realize this. You don't end up actually counseling the patient that, there'll be a suture at the end which will be pulled up, has to be taped after the patient goes home. So it's important that these things are sort of communicated in your Instagram posts. These are also used to create awareness. So not only awareness about ophthalmology, but also awareness about things like smoking or, rubbing your eyes.
Your presentation's gone. Excuse me. Okay. Go on.
Okay.
Go.
And something which is extremely useful is talking about post-operative care. So especially with cataract surgery, which is very common, and DCR surgery, another common surgery, it's important that patients are told what to expect. And these videos, you can get your counselor to directly WhatsApp to the patient as well. You can also put up the various happy patients. So either you take a picture with the patient who is happy, or you put up the good reviews which you have on your Practo or your center page. So these are important for patients because they usually come by word of mouth.
probably the wires are a little low. If you
Yeah.
can just
Okay.
adjust it.
Okay. Okay. So quickly, the other thing which is important and which I've noticed that patients actually look up and appreciate is putting up some of your achievements. So if you are somebody who likes to present in conferences, it's important that you put up what you've presented and what topics you are talking about, so that the patients tend to know that what you're good at. The other thing would be any kind of publication that is in newspaper articles or online blogs. That's also something which creates awareness. And of course, some of the degrees which you accumulate along the way. As Dr. Tushar mentioned, it's important that you post regularly. So the only way that Instagram will keep showing your content to people is if you post regularly. But it doesn't mean that you post random things every day. It's important that you have good quality posts. Suppose you're not able to handle the Instagram by yourself, you can sort of partner with a digital marketing agency, and usually they don't just do one thing. They usually do the YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, etc. And along with posting on your website, they do all of them together. So one of the ways in which you can increase your page hits is by creating reels. So reels is probably the most common way in which people attract an audience. Whether it is a business or it is like you're an ophthalmologist, using reels really captures, because it's a very short sort of video. It gives very clear and succinct content. And what's important when you post a reel is that you use trending audio, so audio that many people have used. So you'll find this kind of trending audio, you can find it online or you can find it on Instagram. Okay, this wire really doesn't like my computer. And this is one of the ways in which you can sort of quickly create awareness.
आप उधर खड़े रह के पकड़ो ना भाई, 5 मिनट का सवाल है.
Do one. Just can
Did you use
just
Nikunj, did you use the same?
just airdrop your presentation to me?
Acha, yours is pro. That's
Rituja,
Huh?
just quickly airdrop your presentation to me, and I'll anyways have to connect my laptop for the next talk. You present on this.
Sorry about that.
मेरा पेन ड्राइव है आपके पास, उधर ही है, निकाल दो.
So, other than reels, it's also important to make sure that your page is sort of attractive to people. So, one way is to pin your posts, the most important posts or the posts that you want everybody to see. So, if you pin, for example, this post, if you want to pin, you just press the top left side and then you write pin to profile. So you can pin 3, 6, even 10 posts. So the moment somebody opens your Instagram page, the first 4, 5 posts or the first 9 posts can be exactly what you want them to see. Instagram also has a good opportunity that gives you an insight into the analytics of your account. So, for example, if you've had a slow month, you would have less visits, or if you had a really popular reel or a very popular post, then it would show you that you reached a certain number of accounts. So, it's important that you sort of go and look at this so that you can see exactly what was the reel or what was the post which gave you the most number of hits. It also gives you the total followers that you gained, the accounts which you engaged in addition to what you had earlier, and the percentage of jump that you have. Suppose you find that your page is going a little slow. You can get sort of credit to help you boost a post, but usually this is a recurring amount that you have to pay to Instagram. So this will help you get sponsored posts which sort of show up on people's profile, especially the ones who are geographically near you. They end up showing on their profile and feed. The other thing which people have started doing these days, and this is a sort of very new thing, new for ophthalmology but not new for dermatology, that is partnering up with influencers. So getting an influencer to partner with you if they're coming in for a LASIK or any other kind of treatment. That can definitely help you reach a larger audience, because when the influencer posts on their profile, they also partner with your profile. So when your profile goes out to a large audience, that is like 500K audience, then you can get several more hits on your page, and your page will keep showing up more for others, and you'll get more followers. So to summarize, Instagram is basically visually engaging content which you need to put up. It has to be something interesting, it cannot be boring. It's mainly targeted towards younger individuals, so it's more useful for procedures like LASIK or aesthetics. And don't let it be all work and don't let it be boring. So don't be afraid to sort of use your creativity with respect to music or dance or whatever it is. Make it exciting for patients and attract them to your clinics. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. So any comments that you would like?
No, what is the cost of getting an influencer to?
Yeah, so influencers work in different ways. So one is a barter system. So basically, you would provide them a free surgery and they would give you a free post. The other way would be, of course, signing a contract. So if an influencer has to do multiple posts with you, or they have to keep engaging audience for your company, then that would be a proper contract. So it depends on the number of followers. So if it's like a 10K follower kind of person, that would cost much less, whereas a 500K or a 1 million kind of person, they would charge maybe roughly around 1 lakh per post. So that's about how it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning. So I'll be taking up a slightly different topic. I'll be talking about search engine optimization, about local SEO, and a little bit about Google Ads. So because of the time that we have, it will be basics of all, so you get a good overview and you are aware of how these essentially work. So now, what essentially is search engine optimization? So in simple terms, it's basically connecting searchers to your site through Google. Now, so if you have a website, whether it's your own website or if it's the website of your center that you're practicing in, you want people to be able to find it. You don't want only certain individuals who have your website address coming to it, right? You do want people who are searching for those kind of services to come to you via search engines. So that's what search engine optimization is all about. Now, so for example, when I looked at Eye Hospital in Kochi, these are the results that you get. There are some aggregators that you find as well, but there are some hospitals that you'll find on that first page of Google. That first page of Google is important because hardly anybody goes to the second page in the Google search. Now, of course, the ones that you will see are individuals that are working on their search engine optimization. So when you look at LASIK surgeon in Kochi, again, you will find these aggregators who, of course, have excellent resources and will show up on the first page, but you also see hospitals come up, and these are definitely people that are working on their SEO. So SEO essentially works one way by increasing the relevance of your page. So Google has to realize that your page is extremely relevant to what the user is searching for. So one of the ways to do that is to optimize your website with certain keywords. So if you're providing LASIK services, if that's mentioned in appropriate places on your website becomes more relevant to that. Apart from that, you need to keep posting high quality content on your website, whether it is in the form of written blogs or in the form of videos. It needs to have that content, have those keywords. So that is what increases the relevance of your page, and that makes your page show up ahead in Google. The other thing is to increase the authority of your page. So the authority is increased by other sites linking to you. So there's a site on education about dry eye, and that site mentions that, this particular center in this area provides these dry eye services and links to your website. That increases the authority of your page. So it is quite a bit of work. So doing it via professional help versus doing the work yourself, that is something for you to decide. But usually having somebody professional to do it for you does help. But you still need to be aware of how it works, because you need to monitor the person that you hired. Otherwise, it is very difficult for it to work. Now, so when you hire somebody, costs about 15,000 to 20,000 per month. You need to be able to spend that for you to work consistently on SEO. Now this, of course, has the benefit that you get organic visibility. You're not paying for an ad. You are showing up on Google organically. So that is also more trustworthy for somebody who's searching for your services than somebody who sees an ad. The drawbacks, of course, is that it takes a lot of time. So if you start working on SEO today, it will take you many months to be able to get on the first page, maybe a year or even longer. But you need to keep doing that. You need to start doing that early. There is a lot of competition also. Like I said, there are big corporates, there are aggregators that are doing this. So you have to be able to face that competition. There are some fluctuations that happen as well. Sometimes Google changes its algorithms and your website just goes from first page to the fourth page in the search results. So that happens as well. You need to be prepared for that. Moving on to local SEO. So local SEO is essentially for local businesses like ours. Like we have a center, things like that. So when you search on Google, this is the first thing that shows up now. So when somebody says, I want an eye hospital near me, or I want an eye hospital in my area, you'll see local listings first and a map. So this is extremely useful for us and extremely good for brick and mortar businesses like us. Now this again, you need to create a Google My Business page to begin with. The option is there. You can just search Google My Business page and you can create a Google My Business page, enter all your details, enter your business contact details, your address, so all of that, then that starts the process. Subsequently, you need to be able to work on getting reviews and overall ratings. As doctors, we are extremely hesitant to do it. I am also extremely hesitant to ask my patients for reviews, but I have now started motivating my staff to do it. So somebody at the pharmacy who finally gives the prescription, explains the medicine, also asks for a Google review in the end, and this is something that's becoming important now. It's something that is not natural to us, but something that is becoming important now. Now also, like you have Facebook posts, Instagram posts, you also have posts on your Google My Business page. There can be some overlap, but it's also important to have original photos, original posts on your Google My Business page, because again, it's relevant keywords. So when somebody is searching for a particular set of services, they need to be able to find your Google My Business page, and that should be relevant to what they're searching. And of course, like I said, the user's location is extremely important. So if I'm searching right here, I will see hospitals that are close to me, within a particular radius of me. Local citations are also important. So again, aggregators or map directories, like you have yellow pages, etc., linking to your address on their website also gives you a much better chance of having good visibility. So you need to keep building these citations as well, need to be listed in all the directories in your area. And of course, your website content here again matters, because your website is mentioned on your Google My Business page as well. So it does look at the content that you have on your website. Now, the cost involved here is relatively less, but you do need to still send some money, so that, because obviously writing blogs, etc., also is difficult to do all the time. Writing content is difficult to do all the time as, you know, a practicing ophthalmologist. So you need to have some help there. But you know, it really has significant feedbacks, and not many people are working on local SEO right now. That's why it is, I feel, much easier to do and much more helpful also, because it doesn't matter as much if somebody who's in another city is finding you on Google, or if somebody who's 30 kilometers away is finding you on Google. But people who are close to you are much more likely to visit you. Of course, the referral and all that is different, but this is a user who's looking for a service. He doesn't know about you. If you're closer to that person, they're much more likely to find you. And of course, this also takes time. The motivation of the staff is extremely important. That takes a lot of, you need to sit with them regularly. You need to tell them how important it is and need to work on this. And again, the work that it takes in building citations is also important. So just a little bit on Google Ads. So Google Ads, you must have seen, I mean, you search for anything. If I search for eye hospital in Kochi, this is the ad I get. If I search for an eye surgeon near me, this is the ad that I get. And this is something in everything. You'll always see sponsored results as well. So that's what Google Ads is about. And basically the company that has put the ad is going to pay for every click that the consumer puts. If you search for something, you click on it, the company has to pay for each click. Now this works by you obviously creating a Google Ads account as well, which is also quite easy. And then you can choose which keywords you want to target. So for example, you don't have LASIK services in your area, there's no point in having, you know, keywords that target LASIK, because you're losing money on every click. And again, once you have an account, you see these figures and these metrics, how many clicks you've gotten, how much money you've spent, how much money per conversion have you spent. So you can assess if it's working for you, is it worth the cost for you or is it not. So that's why here the cost involved is extremely variable. It depends on how much you can spend. It depends on how much your competitor is spending. If your competitor is spending a large amount on a keyword like LASIK, it doesn't make sense, because they are outbidding you. You're not going to get as much result from it. But if you're in an area where nobody else is doing Google Ads, your cost for a click might be very, very low. So then it makes sense for you to do it. So again, benefits are you can bypass that long process of being able to rank organically. You get consistent visibility. The drawback, of course, like I said, is that the competitor can outbid you, and whether it's ethical or not is also something which is slightly questionable. I mean, we are not pro ads. None of us is the kinds that has wanted to do ads, but it's just changing scenario. So I think I'll leave it to the individual to decide on whether this is ethical or not. So to summarize, SEO increases organic visibility in search results. Relevance and authority are the key to success. Local SEO are localized results which are relevant to us, brick and mortar businesses like us. Ads are sponsored results on Google, and it gives us much quicker results, but also easier for others to outbid you. So thank you so much. I think that's all that we have time for today. We'll have a discussion by the time Sir sets up, and we can have a discussion off the stage right now. Anybody has any doubts, questions, anything that you would like to share?
Okay.
Sir, any last comment from you?
No, I think it's something that is here to stay, and if you just rely on what we used to rely when we started practice, that patient will bring patient, and you do something good for a patient and he will tell 10 other people, that is a thing of the past. The new generation is all on social media, and if we don't get on social media, we are losing out a chunk of patients who simply would have loved to come, but they've never heard of us. And the patients don't tell other patients. Unfortunately, unless something goes wrong and if there is 2 drops of water coming out from the eye, they will tell people there is a lousy doctor. But that he's a good doctor, people don't spread the word. So we need social media. We need to ethically project ourselves. I don't even say the word market, but we need to project ourselves so we are visible on social media. Even just a presence is enough. There will be people who will just quickly check on social media to see whether you're there. And they rank you that if you're not there on social media, you're something of a fossil. And there is a group of young people, and not even very young, but even in the 40 to 45 age group and up to there, who, if you're not on social media, will simply avoid you. They will not bring their parents to you because you're not a presence, so they're not sure whether you actually exist for them. Yeah, so I'm putting it a little bluntly, but I think everyone